watching this are going to be like, where's his protective gear? Where's his protective gloves? Ready to mash in? Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Today we're making a pretty basic pale ale. Since we're using the fresh hops from the community, the idea is that the hops are sort of the star of this beer. So we don't want to make a beer that's going to be too strong or be a style that's going to get in the way of the flavor of the hops. So all the aroma and flavor hops for this batch are coming from backyard hop gardens in the Riverwest community. So we're headed over to a neighbor's house. His name is Mike. It sounds like he's got a couple different varieties in his backyard and he's ready to harvest them today.
My house.
Nice. Yeah.
That nice canary yellow. So we live in the upper, and I guess the hops have been growing back here for a while because my landlord used to brew beer.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we got a couple strains going on here.
Cool.
Yeah, so a lot of the really healthy stuff I think is going to be on these vines. Obviously they're exploding and they look pretty ready to pick.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got some more on the back gate over here.
Awesome.
This trellis is really fun to put up. Got a nice 20-foot ladder, climbed up there all by myself.
Nice.
During high winds.
Since you live in the upper, is the goal for the hops to just climb all the way into your
Yep,
apartment?
that's the idea. Just
right,
go up on
good.
that porch and snatch them right there. Yeah.
Cool. Well, should we start picking these off? Pretty much from the time we started this business, you know, lots of customers would come in and they want to talk about beer. And you hear a lot about how people have hops in their backyard, and so what should I do with my hops? You know, I was never able to use them, and I love making wet hop beers. So when I got to about the 10th person asking me what to do with their backyard hops, I was like, you know what, we should really put a kind of a call out there to see who actually might want to donate their hops to a brew like this. And the response from the neighborhood was unbelievable. It was like immediately, of course we put this on Facebook, and immediately so many people chimed in. They were like, this is a great idea, I have hops, I know somebody who has hops, and it just kind of took off from there. A wet hop beer is when you put the hops in fresh on the day that they were picked. So the vast majority of beers that are brewed use hops that have been dried and sometimes pelletized. When hops are picked off the vine, they're extremely perishable, so the only way you can really make wet hop beer is if you schedule the harvest and the brew on the same day. And they have such a unique aroma to them that you can't get with dried hops. So it's kind of a cool thing, you know, you get like basically one chance a year to make a wet hop beer.
I feel more like a parent with hops.
Mm-hmm.
They're sort of independent and they grow up on their own, but like, I mean, when these things were young and still climbing, you had to tease them onto that trellis gently, but you know, firmly. It's a process.
And then you'd break one. You'd be out every day making sure it wrapped around the trellis one more time that day, and then after about 2 weeks you'd snap off the end of it. And like,
that is the worst feeling.
Pretty wiped out now.
It's going to be sad seeing these vines without them.
It will.
But it'll be nice drinking the product.
Exactly. Well, it's not difficult to grow hops. They pretty much just keep growing and growing and growing. It's difficult to grow them well. You know, it's like hops need a fair amount of care in order to develop correctly. So it's not necessarily easy to make nice hops, but if they get the right amount of sunlight and they have, you know, decent inputs into the soil, they should come out pretty good, at least for this brew. Trick or treat.
Hey, I brought my hops.
Oh, thanks. I'm George, by the way.
George, I'm Susie.
Susie, nice to meet you.
Greg.
Yeah, thanks for bringing these in.
I'm really excited about
They
it.
look really nice.
Are they okay? I went online, I YouTubed it.
Did you?
Make
Nice,
sure they're all right.
nice. Do you know what kind they are?
No.
Okay.
They were from a friend.
Backyard.
Yeah.
They smell like.
Do you think you know?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No, I can't tell.
Who
But
knows?
Morning
they
glories.
smell like, yeah, exactly. They smell like hops,
Good.
which is what we were hoping for. Hey guys. Yeah. Come on in. Hi. Oh yeah. Nice to
I'm Liz.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Here are our neighborhood hops.
Woohoo!
Yay!
That's quite a harvest.
Yeah.
That's really nice. These are from your backyard? Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
You guys are close by here? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's that?
Just down the street.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, they're Cascades.
Okay, cool.
So.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of Cascade today. We've got some Chinook. We've got Willamette. We've got Kent Golding.
The branches.
I know.
We were out in the rain doing this.
I know.
Fun.
Yeah,
Chop.
so.
Yeah.
Well, we woke up this morning at about 9, and for about 4 hours we cut down, trimmed, and harvested our hops that have been growing in our yard for about 4 years.
Yeah, great part about it is everybody sitting in the circle and picking some hops together from the neighborhood hops. It was an awesome experience.
Well, and I know that's kind of what company's whole mission statement
Right.
is that beer is better with company. So if we can all get together, it's like having company over, and we're
Absolutely.
all making this beer happen together.
Cheers.
Do you want to drink a beer?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, more work. How's it going? Welcome back.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. What do you think?
I think it's excellent.
I know.
I'm
Shocking.
so proud of our
No, I'm just kidding.
neighborhood.
I know, me too. No, it turned out really nice. I think. Yeah. So now you've tasted it, and
First of all, it's really good,
yes,
and I was gonna say it actually tastes like a backyard in a good way.
it tastes like a backyard.
Yes.
It's like lawnmower beer, but like to the next level.
Yeah, it's like all the comforting aromas and flavors one might associate with sitting in one's backyard.
Yeah.
So I think it's successful in that way.
Yeah, that's great.
I love it. I don't have as detailed a response.
That was a great. I don't even know how to follow that up. That's why I was
Sorry,
silent.
sorry.
That was like you rehearsed that. We made the batch small because we weren't sure how many we were going to get. We wanted the hop character to come through. But in the end, the neighbors delivered somewhere between 35 and 40 pounds of hops. So there was plenty to give a really nice hop character to the beer. Riverwest tastes like hops right now.
Just chuck it in there.
Well, make it,
Do it very
with
nice.
style, with style. Yeah, right? There's like 7 plastic bags in the beer. After this whole experience with putting this project together, getting the neighborhood hops beer going, the one thing I know for sure is that we're going to do it again. It was a great experience, great way to meet the neighbors, great way to involve everybody in something that we love to do, which is brewing beer. And all I hope for is that maybe next year we can brew some more so that we can keep it on tap for more than a few days and get to share it with more people.
With their strong German traditions and beer-loving ways, the early days of fall become synonymous with Oktoberfest. This year, I've been invited to share a night of lederhosen and beer with two of the coolest brewery owners in America. Deb and Dan Carey have invited me up here to New Glarus and are going to show me around. Based on their reputation, I'm in for a good time. Do you think? I have a pretty big head, so I think I'm a bit of a large.
Start with a medium.
A medium? Okay.
Oh,
what do you think? I like it. I'm bringing back that app look. We just jumped in the car with Dan Carey, and he's taking us back to his house, where I believe we may have some beer in the future. So do you live close to the brewery?
Well, we used to live in town for about the first 15 years we owned the brewery, but now we bought property below the brewery and we live like walking distance to work. So we have the world's greatest commute.
Wow.
It's like 5 minutes by foot. It's really nice in the wintertime.
This isn't a secret. You don't want all your fans knowing where you live, do you?
Well, I think everybody knows. I don't think we have any secrets.
Except for your brewery secrets, right?
Yeah, that's
I've heard
right.
you guys have some secrets in the brewery.
Yeah. Here we are.
This is nice. This is a perfect pre-game place. So do I get a lederhosen or what's
You have to wear a dirndl.
A dirndl, that's what it is.
So come on in. So this is my wife, Deb.
Hi, Deb. I'm Jessica Bell.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to
What
meet
a
you.
pleasure.
Thanks for inviting us into your home.
Happy to have you.
We're excited to try some beers, maybe, and
Yes.
have some pretzels.
Yes. And then we're going to
Where's
go down and
where's my
tap
dress?
a keg. We can set you up.
Wow, what a spread.
Well, Deb's got pretzels made for us. We've got Spotted Cow, Staghorn, and Moonman. Deb, you want a beer?
Yes. I'm going to have staghorn.
I'll have what she's having.
All right. We'll all have Staghorn
All right.
because Staghorn is our Oktoberfest.
So when
it's
you have an
only out.
Oktoberfest beer, what does that constitute?
Well, you know, the Oktoberfest was originally a wedding party near Munich and happens every fall. It used to be in October, but because the weather's kind of sketchy, it's moved to late September. So we make a beer every year in honor of that wedding, and it's an amber lager beer. It's a little bit stronger than your typical beers, maybe about 5.5% alcohol. It should be rich and toffee and malty, and I
hope you enjoy it.
Well, thank you. So does this follow the German purity law?
Yes,
okay.
it's made with only 4 ingredients. You know, nowadays people are very keen to know what's in their beer, so it's totally vegan safe. It's 100% natural, no GMO, just simple, as I think it even says on the label, simple, honest, pure beer.
I like how the Germans dropped the whole wedding tradition and just it's all beer and lederhosen now, right?
Well, you know, it's an excuse to have a beer.
Right, right.
And a pretzel.
Right. In Germany, they still have a parade, though, and they talk about it being King Ludwig's wedding. And actually, yesterday was our wedding anniversary, too.
Well, cheers to you guys.
Thank you.
How many years?
32.
Oh, wow. Were you a beer drinker before you met Dan?
I was a beer drinker. And apparently he was impressed that I was not a Miller Lite type beer drinker. So, yeah. Well, I think we eat, breathe, and sleep beer. And so we're always thinking of things. And so once we were in Italy or France? Italy. Having just some local white wine. And so Dan's drinking it going, this is really good. And I'm like, yeah, and looking at the view and things. And he goes, you know, I can make a beer like this. You know, so.
Food and taste is important to us. And in the modern world, taste is undervalued. People don't think about what they're consuming, and that's a discussion in itself. But the idea of what do things taste like is something that we constantly talk about.
So did you guys get your lederhosen and dirndl in Germany?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Although you can buy them on the internet now.
I was gonna say, what like constitutes like a real like what makes it like special, different? Like there's all different like
there's different kinds of leather and different kinds of embroidery and
they're usually
what
leather?
kind of hide they're from. Yes.
Oh, okay, they're always leather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they have girl dirndl or girl lederhosen now for the hot girls.
Ooh.
You could have a pair. Yeah.
They're so nice. Ready for Oktoberfest. Good job.
I can hear my music's on in the studio.
Oh wow, so you're a painter?
Yes.
Oh.
Wait a second.
Oh wow. Oh neat.
Yeah. So
and I can see like your style is very European, right? Like
I don't know. I'm finding my artistic voice.
Whoa, wow.
But this is what I do. So I have artist friends and we go paint people. And I mean, it's the same with Dan and his beer. It's hard to separate yourself from it.
Yeah.
So for a long time, I didn't tell people.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's a lot to put yourself out there.
Yeah, and we're already kind of exposed.
Yeah. If you don't ever put yourself out there, you're not living, you know?
Right.
I mean, you've got to take that risk to...
Don't you think it's also the story of hiding your gifts?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that. Hide them under a basket.
Right. So I've heard you met the president, but I need to hear the story.
The White House was reaching out to business people on issues trying to create jobs, and they just had like a broad invitation. Hey, do you want to come discuss anything? And I'm like, you know, somebody from the White House wants to hear what people think about business. I am full of opinions. I will go. Mm-hmm. But what happened during the meeting, which was even funnier, he walks around the table and we all introduce ourselves, which is where this photograph comes from. And as soon as I say what I do, he's like, oh, you run a brewery? You know, I brew beer. Can you give me a professional opinion about my beer? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, of course. All of a sudden, somebody pops up with a little White House bag with bottles of beer. And so he's like, okay, I want to hear what you think about the beer. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, really, I want to hear this. Well, it's not like the guy gave me his cell phone or I have his personal email. So I'm thinking, how am I going to do this? Because we can't, like Dan and I can't just drink this with dinner. So then I thought, oh, we have so many vets working at the brewery. There's like 10 or 12 veterans that work for us, and they don't really care about party lines. And you know, when I came back, there was one in particular and he's like, can I shake your hand? Have you shook anybody else's hand since you shook Obama's hand? And he's like almost crying, and he's going, you don't understand. He's our commander-in-chief. We work for our country. This is a very big deal for you to go meet him. And so I'm like, okay, what I will do is we'll each have a little taste. And so we all tasted it together in the lab, and then I posted it on the internet. So we're all standing together, and we introduce all the guys, and they say what area of the service they were in, and then we taste the beer, and they all give, you know, their comments on it, and I taste it and go, oh, thank God it's good.
Oh, I don't have to lie. Oh gosh,
I don't have to lie for the president.
Okay, so we got our beer steins and we're ready to go. We're gonna go down and face the crowd.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hey, Dan.
Okay.
Once you master this hairdo, you say, oh, this is why everybody wore their hair like this, because it is indestructible. Now,
I'll get down a little tall.
You are a little tall. What are we going to do about that?
I've already taken off my heels, so the next step would just be like cut off my legs.
No, we can't have that.
Yep.
Beer's better with company.
Yep.
Wisconsin Foodie would like to thank the following underwriters for their support: Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board and the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, Illing Company, Outpost Natural Foods Co-op, Potawatomi Hotel and Casino, Society Insurance, the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, WMSE 91.7 FM, Frontier Radio.
Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, representing the dairy farm families of Wisconsin, who fostered a proud history with generations of family-owned dairy farms, working to sustain the state's economy through job growth and providing acclaimed cheeses and other dairy products.
Every product tells a story, and every story starts with a seed. Your story, your product, your company all started with an idea. Illing Company ensures you have the right packaging to help you proudly take your harvest to market. Illing Company is dedicated to packaging your vision.